All right, let's get started on the vending machine exercise. So I already have 4 components, the 4 that I need. And again, these are up to you, the actual contents of them, but 3 snacks and then the vending machine. Styles don't really matter. So we have our vending machine component, chips, sardines, and soda. Currently, no routing, no navbar, no links. Everything I'm just rendering in a single instance of those components inside of my app. So I can see the vending machine, I can see this chips thing, I can see the sardines, and I can see soda. So what I want to do is start with the routes, and then the next video will be links, and then the navbar, and then there's going to be something new at the end. I'm going to introduce a topic we haven't talked about. It'll be very quick. It's called props.children. So that will be the last video. Okay, so let's begin by installing React Router. So we got to stop this, npm install react router-dom. And I like to save to my package JSON. Okay, that finished up. Restart the server. Okay, nothing changed. Now we need to start by wrapping the app component inside of our index.js. We want to wrap it with the browser router that we install, or that we import, from React Router DOM. Browser router from React-router-DOM. And then here we wrap our app component. So browser router, and then make sure we put the closing one afterwards. Okay, so there we go. We now will be able to use our routes inside of our app.js file. So now let's go to app.js, and we'll start with a simple route and make sure it works. So before we can use our route component, right now we're going to get an error. I also need to import route. So import route from React Router DOM. Okay, now remember the things that we need are path. So path is going to be, let's start with just the vending machine. So path will be / to see the vending machine component. And a couple videos ago, I talked about how we can use component equals vending machine, or the alternative is render. And either one would work just fine here. It's not really going to be a difference as far as performance, at least with what we have right now. But I'm going to use render just to show a bit of difference, a bit of variety. So render and then vending machine. I guess I could have just copied it. This will work. If you're confused about what this render is versus component, make sure you go back and watch the video. The last video in the intro to the router section, it talks about some important stuff. Okay, so at this point, if we go to /, we should be seeing the vending machine as well as all this other stuff. So let's comment it out. Okay, so here it is. We don't see anything else. But remember, it's currently matching anything that starts with a /, so we want to put in exact. Now I don't see anything here, but if I go to / just the root, localhost 3000, we see the vending machine component. Okay, so that's working. Now let's get the other routes going. So I'm just going to duplicate this 4 times. So we have /soda should render a soda component. Then /sardines will be sardines component, which I have all imported up here. And then /chips, lowercase, will be chips. So let's test it out. Let's go to /chips first. Okay, so we have the chips component. Then we'll go to /soda. And then we also have /sardines. Now everything else, if we try and go to it, shouldn't work at this point. But to be safe, we're going to wrap everything in a switch. It's just a nice way of ensuring only one of these will render at a time. Now we probably don't need to worry about it with the current routes we have, but it's just a good practice to use a switch. But to use it, we need to make sure we're importing it as well from React Router DOM. And if we go back, it should work the exact same way. Okay, so all the routes are fine. We're using exact and we're using switch. So we are done with defining the routes. The next video will be about adding links and a navbar.